I had a phone inserted into my head. The doctor saw this x-ray. He could only send me home with a wise look in his eyes. I didn't expect this to be my superpower. Not only can I pass through the phone with my head, my body can also pass through any non-living object. In the end, I discovered that this world is not real. It is not even designed by humans. It is a virtual world designed by a powerful artificial intelligence. It is a bug within this virtual program. And then I joined a mysterious organization. Everyone in the organization is a master at maximizing their own bugs. Our job is to use our own bugs to fix the bugs in this world. My leader, Vivian, kindly took my phone for me. She switched to the brain-computer interface specially designed for me. She also applied a skin-like film on me, allowing me to maintain my handsome appearance. Today was really something. My boss spent a lot of money on equipment. Among the equipment is a new brain-machine interface for me. I asked Vivian. The shape of this one doesn't match the shape of my head. How do I wear it? Still, Vivian has a way. She aimed at the back of my head and slapped it hard. My previous mind machine has fallen off. Then she made a slapping sound as she pushed the new mind machine into my head. Vivian, am I still handsome now? Why do I feel like I'm a bit like Ultraman? You are very handsome, but you are not Ultraman. And then I saw the authentic Ultraman. Through the charm on his forehead, I could tell that this was Joshua. Joshua's bug is bad luck. He has to wear a charm daily. Otherwise, whoever he comes into contact with will have bad luck. Joshua said his outfit is called invulnerable tight-fitting armor, but he feels that this look might attract the hatred of monsters. Joshua, your tight-fitting armor looks very handsome. But can you wear some pants before going out on the street? The samurai said that he will take us out of this world next. The world we are currently in is the third virtual world. We will go to the second world to carry out our mission. Don't you need any equipment? We are bosses. You rookies just make sure to take care of yourselves. Samurai speaks of the second world. It is the world that created our current world. However, the second world is also a virtual program world created by the first world. Then he takes out a fan. He waves the fan. The fan in his hand unexpectedly loses its physical form. Then a beam of light spreads along the edge of the fan. Immediately, the light becomes brighter and brighter. The range also becomes larger and larger, until it covers our bodies. We found that the scene before us is unexpectedly different. Blonde number 66 tells us that we have entered the second world. The gigantic creature before us is called the third computer. Each light spot on the computer is a person from the third world. We used to live inside the third computer. But one thing puzzles me. Since we used to be programmable light point consciousness, why do we have bodies in the second world? And previously in the third world, companies conducted experiments on virtual worlds. However, the body stayed outside, while consciousness was transmitted into the virtual world. The current issue is that we haven't felt the consciousness returning to the body at all. How did we bring the body from the third world to the second world? Number 66 said to turn back and check the running time. This computer has been running for 18,000 years. In fact, all of you have already freed yourselves from the constraints of the body. Any body would have turned to dust after 18,000 years. And now, every person is actually a consciousness body. The perception of your own body is also formed by condensed consciousness. We have all lived for over 10,000 years in the third world. It's just that the system has set a cycle for each person. In other words, everyone has lived countless lifetimes in the third world. And each cycle, the system will erase memories of past lives. 18,000 years? Would anyone in the second world be willing to maintain the computer for so long? Number 66 said that actually everyone in the second world went to the third world, because the second world is also a virtual world. When there is nobody in the second world, the system will save all unnecessary computing power to ensure the normal operation of the third world. And then number 66 let us look out of the window of the building. We were stunned by the scene in front of us. All the buildings outside are flat, while this world stands upright. Only this building carrying computers. Number 66 said, "The second world has been lowered. It is now a two-dimensional world. Since there are no longer people in the second world, there is no need to waste computational power maintaining the scenes people need to see and the physical laws they are accustomed to. All the memory and computing power are being used in the third world." At this point, Samurai pulled out his fan again. He said, "Let's go! We are going to the first world now." A light flashed by. This world has nothing, except for the building we are in. Outside is endless darkness. The first world is one-dimensional. One dimension is a line, but it has no width or thickness, so we can't see anything. Number 66 said that every time people create a virtual world, the upper world must descend by one dimension. If the third world creates another virtual world, how many dimensions do you think will be left here? She said that where we are now is the second computer, running the second and third world inside. When this world is reduced to one dimension, the second computer will dissipate, and the second and third worlds will also disappear. And the technology of the third world is about to create a virtual world. The third world is so vast. This is no longer about a few research institutions or companies. Press it down. Others will continue to research. The virtual world is an inevitable outcome of technological development in every world. Samurai said that when the initial decision makers created the first computer, they only deployed the computing power of one world. No one thought that people would create three worlds inside it. He said that the first computer is in the real world. Administrator 72 went to the real world that year and has not yet returned. Our task is to find Administrator 72 and seek help from the decision makers. People in the virtual world usually refer to the real world as the Heavenly Court. Are you ready to go to the Heavenly Court with me? Another light flashed by. I finally reached the end of the universe. Here it is written, "Death to those who enter." And the true end of the universe turns out to be a wall constructed by humans. A wall that is endlessly wide and endlessly high. Within the massive bricks of the wall flows blood, as if indicating that entering beyond the wall means being devoured. The samurai said that this wall is the barrier separating the heavenly court from the mortal realm. Any mortal trying to pass through this wall will die. But he mentioned that his lord has left us a door. The corridor behind the door is deep and bottomless, with bloodstains covering the ground and walls. The samurai said he forgot to tell you something. Beyond this wall is hell. He said, "To reach the heavenly court, one must first enter hell." Then he boldly strode towards the wall. But I distinctly saw. A bright light flashed in the void outside the wall. I ran towards that beam of light. I said, "Perhaps that is another way to the heavenly court." Vivian and Joshua have also entered the wall. She said you should come back quickly. This gate is about to close. I quickly ran towards them. We finally crossed the long corridor. Looking at everything inside the wall, I finally realized that this is really hell. These are all things we have never seen before. The burly giant in front of us was sucked dry by the strange giant bugs. And on the ground, countless strange giant bugs emerged from the soil. 3 big shots said, "Stay close to us. We'll take care of the big ones, you handle the small ones." After we deal with them, Vivian said, 3 bosses? Should we leave? It's all because of the huge monster you took down that attracted other monsters, right? Number 66 said, "In the far distance ahead of us, there is a door left for us by Administrator 72. That is the door to the heavenly court. The path we are taking now is the path Administrator 72 walked. Are you sure you can walk through the pile of monsters?" "So our best option is to fly over there?" Vivian asked. "How do we fly? Do you have the superpower of flying?" Number 66 said, "I cannot, but look ahead." At this time, the corpse of the giant monster unexpectedly attracted numerous flying monsters. Number 66 said, "We'll ride on these guys and fly over there," we said as we jumped towards them. "Vivian, your hard abs feel so secure. You're gonna die." After flying for a while, we discovered there is actually a huge volcano ahead. No wonder there are no other monsters here. It's really unbearably hot here, and the volcano seemed to come to life. It erupted in front of us. The lava surged into the sky and transformed into a giant fire phoenix. At the critical moment, two big shots stepped forward. They were not only beautiful at this moment, but also incredibly powerful. The formidable sister suddenly threw a fit. The fire phoenix also spewed out columns of fire from its mouth. The enormous columns of fire were actually blocked by the two formidable sisters working together. I finally arrived at the end of the universe. And written on the wall, here were Chinese characters. The samurai told me that the ancient Huaxia clan had left the mortal world and gone to the heavenly court behind this towering wall, which serves as a barrier between the mortal world and the heavenly court. And all the bloodstains covering the wall were left by those foreign races who tried to forcefully enter the heavenly court. Yet what we saw inside the enclosure was actually hell. This samurai seems very knowledgeable about the Huaxia and the heavenly court. He said that in order to ascend to the heavenly court, one must first ascend into hell. After entering hell, we encountered a huge fire phoenix, and at this moment, the two sisters took action. They fought while singing in the style of my Huaxia. Everyone displayed their own strengths and powers. Two sisters unexpectedly used an energy net to seal away the fire phoenix. But several fire phoenixes flew up again. Their energy comes from the volcanoes. As long as the volcanoes keep erupting, they will continue to appear endlessly. Suddenly, a pillar of fire beheaded the large bird that Vivian and I were riding. So, we kept falling. In the end, I fell into a swamp. This swamp is the habitat of eerie bugs, like this kind of bug. Just as we entered hell, it sucked a giant monster into a mummy. Suddenly, a sharp pain. I woke up. I forcefully tried to pull out the bug on my leg, but I found that I couldn't pull it out at all. At this moment, I remembered what Joshua said, points can be used to exchange for bugs. I'll exchange. I want to exchange for a bug with unlimited power. Do you want to exchange for a bug with great power using 1,000 points? Yes, 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 yes. In an instant, my body is filled with power. Then these strange bugs, which not even the giant monster can pull off, are torn apart by my hands. But it seems like I have also been sucked into a thin dog by the strange bugs. I have to leave here quickly because there are countless strange bugs drilling out of the ground. I finally climbed up a mountain cliff. I am safe for now. At this moment, I remember why I have so many points. The organization I am in is called Shangshi Association. We are an organization established by the Heavenly Court. Everyone in the organization has their own special BUG. For example, my body can pass through any non-living object. And we can exchange the points we earn in missions for various intermediate and advanced bugs. The system panel told me that when we dealt with the Fire Phoenix BUG just now, Vivian, Joshua, and I played a supporting role. So, each of us earned over 10,000 points on average. It can be seen that this Fire Phoenix must be a major BUG. Those two elder sisters, who were in charge of the attack, must have earned even more points. This is not the time for me to rest yet. I want to find Vivian. She is currently battling with a giant spider. Vivian is handling it with ease. But Vivian notices something. This red spider is unexpectedly unscathed. The spider pins Vivian to the ground. Just at this moment, I exerted my strength to pick up the spider and threw it out. This is a perfect hero saves the beauty scene. Vivian saw me now and cried with heartache. Don't cry. Although I look like a skinny dog now, I'm actually stronger than 10 oxen. If you enjoy killing, You must be familiar with this method of binding people. I was only a little more handsome, and this man abducted me from school. Surprisingly, he was acting on the command of a robot to bind me. The number 3 is on the forehead of this robot. He is the first robot in human history to have awakened self-awareness. In order to catch him, humans cruelly smashed all his robot coworkers into pieces. And I became friends with the robot. Alas, in the end, I failed to help him escape from the clutches of humanity. Little 3 was captured and taken back by humans. But the man with sunglasses told me that Little 3 was not destroyed. He is still being treated like an honored guest by humans. He said he is not going to tie me up today. Little 3 just wants to see me. Their company's logo is very strange. At a glance, it's clearly Niwa and Fushi. The man with sunglasses said their group has a supreme name. It's called Ancient Group. At this time, a woman bowed and greeted us. I admit that her face has grown on me, but there is a small blue dot on her forehead. The man with sunglasses said she is not a real person. She is an android. But I still couldn't help but turn back to look for a long time. I said, "This is too realistic." Did the man with sunglasses say it was realistic? I said it's realistic. The man with sunglasses said he also wants to tell you a secret. She even has a human body. I blushed. I said, "It's surprisingly realistic, isn't it?" The man with sunglasses said that she can also set her personality. Intellectual beauty with a mature and elegant nurse-like demeanor. She can even be set to have the personality of a little wildcat. I covered my nose, which was suddenly bleeding for some reason, and said, "You have such good products. Why don't you sell them to the public?" The man with sunglasses said, "If this thing is launched on the market, humans will soon be on the verge of extinction. No one can resist the appearance of this robot. Moreover, they have no shortcomings in character or physical fitness. They can be considered as perfect companions, scoring 100 points. Once they hit the market, social relationships between genders will collapse. If humans all choose them as partners, then reproduction will cease. I say I can't tell if your company still has a conscience." He says nonsense. It's the government that doesn't allow us to sell. He said that we have already applied for another project, and it has been approved. Consciousness uploading. As long as you wear our device, your consciousness can separate from your body. The body loses consciousness while the consciousness enters the computer. We have matched a game for customers. It's called Eternal Kingdom. In Eternal Kingdom, you can do whatever you like and keep doing it. You don't even need to eat, drink, or sleep. You don't have to worry about salary or mortgage. It's an entirely open virtual world. Its theme is life. Our designers have also created many imaginative scenes and gameplay. We have predicted that the game will be very popular, but we speculate that an extreme situation may arise. That would be a empty city. At that time, everyone may enter the game, abandoning reality. I think you guys are exaggerating a bit. No matter how fun the game is, there will be times when you get tired of playing it. He said, we have something that no one can resist. It's immortality. As long as someone does not want to die, even if they upload their consciousness at the last moment of life, they can live forever in the virtual world. I'm not calm anymore. I'm saying that if there are no people in reality, won't humanity be extinct? The man with sunglasses said that people can question us. They can reject us. But no one can stop us. Because no one can deprive others of the right to survive, whether it is physical survival or virtual survival. In the midst of conversation, we have already arrived at the office on the top floor. The people here look like they have been in high positions for a long time, but their overall health is not great. Among them, there is a screen. The screen is projecting Little 3. All personnel present, except for the newcomer Walter, they are all managers of this world. Today is the authorization conference of Eternal Kingdom. I will input everyone into the system and grant them first-level permissions for Eternal Kingdom. In the future, they will continue to manage the world in the virtual world. Walter. As a friend, I recommended you to them. If you are willing, you will serve as a representative for the commoners. You will enjoy the same highest authority in the eternal kingdom. In the virtual world of hell, I helped Vivian defeat a group of spider spirits. I told Vivian everything that happened in the real world over 10,000 years ago. I said, "Let's keep moving forward. Little 3 is still waiting for me at the heavenly court." And Vivian is very sharp. She said that the eternal kingdom you mentioned is the so-called first virtual world. The first world. She asked me if I still remember the coin with the patterns of Fushi and Niwa in Stephen's hand. That coin is the identification of the ancient group. And Stephen is an employee of the ancient group in the real world. Naturally, he is currently the manager of the virtual world. The above, in the Shangshur Association, refers to those with the highest authority. And you, Walter, are one of the above with the highest authority. She said, "Walter, have you ever thought about why you are not in the heavenly court of the first world? Because you are a commoner who doesn't fit in with them. They don't care about the destruction of the second and third worlds at all. In real life, the rulers and the people depend on each other. The people rely on the rulers to organize production. The rulers obtain surplus value. Once everyone enters the virtual world, this relationship will no longer exist. Because all values are created by data, and based on data computing power and memory, which has become the most important resource. How could they not know the danger facing the second and third worlds in the first world, the heavenly court? Is there a possibility that they silently agree to the disappearance of the mortal world? Just like how we emotionlessly clean up the useless apps on our phones? I am shocked. I had never thought of it. But the situation Vivian analyzed is very likely to happen. I think of over 10,000 years ago in the real world. Those workers who had to take back their jobs from robots. They just wanted to prove that they still had some value. Although this value is insignificant compared to the advanced productivity of robots. I said to Vivian, "I don't quite agree with your judgment. In the real world 10,000 years ago, even though the productivity of robots is outstanding, the ruler still allocated a portion of the profits generated by robots to the people. Just like a long, long time ago, when one side faces difficulties, help comes from all directions. Although measuring choices with a cost-benefit analysis may be more rational, in the end, human beings are not emotionless machines." Let's go, Vivian. What is the true situation? We will know once we go and see. I pulled Vivian up. Let's go, Walter. No matter how dangerous it is, I will go with you. Sister will accompany you to take a look. What answer did the heavenly court finally give to the world? When I was young, I didn't even know that I was a god. Plus, I was a god who participated in creating the universe. I didn't realize it until a mysterious man gave me some guidance. He told me to focus on the coin in my right hand. I was so young back then. I even recognized that the coin was carved with images of Niwa and Fushi. The mysterious man clenched his fists and shouted, "Change." The coin miraculously moved from the right hand to the left hand. I was completely stunned. I'm sure this is not magic, because the mysterious man's hands didn't move at all. The man said to the boy to close his eyes. "Uncle will do it now. The magic is passed on to you. From now on, you will possess extraordinary skills. You must act chivalrously and righteously in the future. Remember not to do bad things, okay? Come on, Uncle. I am an upright man." The man placed his hand on my head. Until more than a decade later, I recalled this memory in a dream. And that mysterious man turned out to be Stephen, whom I later got to know. Then many strange things started happening to me. For example, a phone could grow out of my head. I could also pass through various inanimate objects. And today, the phone on my head has been replaced with a camera. I feel very handsome. My partners and I embarked on the road to divinity. We are set to pass through a place called Hell and arrive at the heavenly court. Vivian and I killed hundreds of spider demons. In the end, we saw a big guy. It was all golden with a weird human face on its body. And from the cave behind it, a beam of light shone out. I was stunned. I have seen this beam of light before. We had just stepped in front of the wall of hell. I sensed a beam of light. But at that time, I didn't have the courage to chase after the light alone. Now I feel it very genuinely. That bright light is the heavenly court. Vivian may not be destined to become a god. She said she has not felt anything. A man who is going to become a god. The feeling is very sharp. You stay still and don't move first. It has been said in the animal world. Spiders are passive hunters. As long as you don't touch the silk and don't attack it, it shouldn't stop you. However, the next second, a strand of silk sprayed towards me. This spider doesn't play fair. Doesn't follow the rules of combat. It's okay, Vivian. I have the superpower of strength. It can't match my strength. But I misjudged. I tried my best but still couldn't move it. And when it exerts force, I was thrown up into the sky. I was stuck on the spider web. Oh no! The man who became a god is going to be eaten. Vivian was shocked. She didn't expect me to be so weak. Then she pulled out a knife. Her target was the spider's eyes. She was also stuck in the spider silk. Walter, you idiot. Now I'm also wrapped up. Only my head can move now. What should I do? I advise you not to shout or move. Otherwise, you will attract the attention of the spiders. Sure enough, the big spider turned its head towards Vivian. You? Walter, don't you know how to clip? The so-called clipping bug. It means the body can pass through any non-living object. But spiders are alive. And when I activate clipping, I actually succeeded. I understand. Spiders are living beings. And spider silk is non-living. Are you a big fool? It's been wrapped up for so long. Haven't you ever thought about using clipping? Of course, spider silk is non-living. Shut up. I give Vivian a sharp and handsome look. Don't make noise. Just watch me perform. Don't bother me, or I won't save you. This is the first time I have shown a tough attitude in front of Vivian. She actually blushed. The silk of the giant spider sprayed at me again. And I promptly activated clipping bug. The silk passed through my body. I swung the knife towards the spider in response. Strange things happened. The big spider unexpectedly emitted a dazzling light. And after the light faded, the spider silk on Vivian's body turned into a giant hand. The spider turned into a bald, grotesque figure and started chanting Buddhist scripture in front of me. Mommy. I'll smash you. The sonic attack made my 7 orifices bleed. Walter, cheer up. Aren't you still able to summon Earth Mother? Earth Mother will unleash the red light to help you. Earth Mother. She won't come. Actually, when I was chanting the Buddha's name just now, I sensed danger and communicated with Earth Mother. But I sense that Earth Mother has completely crashed.